Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets that big businesses try to keep hidden. Today we've got Baosheng Media Group Holdings Limited, and let's just say their latest filing is more than just numbers, it is a real-life drama. This report gives us a peek at Baosheng's financial health as of the middle of 2025 and for the first half of both 2025 and 2024. Think of it as a mid-year checkup, but with some serious complications. Now, before we even get to the numbers, there is a lot of legal trouble brewing. Baosheng is facing a pretty big lawsuit in the United States. Back in March 2024, some investors sued them in New York, claiming the company misled them during its big stock offering, and also about a share purchase deal. They're asking for around 16 million US dollars. The court has said this case can move forward, so it is going to discovery, which is where both sides gather evidence. And if that wasn't enough, there is also a separate legal battle happening in the Cayman Islands. In April 2024, a company called Orient Plus International Limited filed a petition to dissolve Baosheng. Baosheng tried to get this petition thrown out, but the court said no. So that matter is also heading for a trial, and everyone is in the discovery phase right now. The action doesn't stop there. In China, things are also heating up. Remember that July filing? Well, it seems a company director was sued by 3 different investor groups in a Beijing court. They claimed this director, along with 4 others, mismanaged the company, causing the stock to drop. They asked for about 47 million Chinese yuan, which is roughly 6.59 million US dollars. Now, the court has decided to split this big case into 3 separate ones, with each investor group as the main accuser. These cases have been moved to a different court in Beijing for trial. Even though the claims and the defendants are the same, the amounts have been adjusted slightly for each of the 3 cases. However, the new court hasn't officially accepted these cases yet. So, what does all this legal drama mean for the company? Well, it means a lot of money is being spent on lawyers. This is definitely increasing their operating costs and taking away money that could be used for other important business things, like paying suppliers or getting clients ready for services in their online marketing business. If they don't have enough cash flow, they might struggle to pay these obligations. This could lead to losing customers and important suppliers, which would seriously hurt their business and how well they do financially. It is a big risk they're facing. Even with all these legal headaches, Baosheng is still operating and reporting its financial results. They're required to do this because they're a foreign company with stocks traded in the US. Now let's peek at the numbers themselves. These are the unaudited financial statements, meaning they haven't been fully checked by outside accountants yet. We're looking at their financial position on the 30th of June 2025 and how they did in the first 6 months of 2025 compared to the same period in 2024. Looking at retained earnings, which is the profit the company has kept over time, we see changes from June 2024 through June 2025. For example, retained earnings on the 31st of December 2024 was reported. Then we see it again for the 30th of June 2025. This shows how profits are being added or used. Another key piece of the equity puzzle is additional paid in capital. This represents money investors have paid for stock above its face value. Here we see figures for the 31st of December 2024 and again for the 30th of June 2025. Understanding these changes helps us see how the company's equity structure is evolving. Accumulated other comprehensive income is a bit more complex. It includes unrealized gains or losses on certain investments and currency translations that don't immediately impact the company's net income. We have data points for the 30th of June 2025 and the 31st of December 2024, showing how these items are tracked over time. Statutory reserves are funds that companies are required by law to set aside. We see these reserves for the 30th of June 2025 and the 31st of December 2024. Changes here can indicate shifts in regulatory requirements or the company's strategy to comply with them. The company also reports revenue from its services. For instance, SM Services revenue for the 6 months ended the 30th of June 2025 is contrasted with the same period in 2024. This gives us a sense of how their core business operations, particularly search engine marketing services, are performing. Then we have rebates and incentives offered by publishers. This is a cost related to their advertising services. Again, we see figures for the first 6 months of 2025 compared to 2024. And here are their non-SEM services revenue, again comparing the first half of 2025 to 2024. It is important to see how these different revenue streams are growing or shrinking. Finally, for revenue components, we have net fees from advertisers for the first 6 months of 2025 versus 2024. This is crucial for understanding their earnings from the advertiser side. Shifting gears to the balance sheet, let's look at some assets. vehicles are listed with figures for the 30th of June 2025 and the 31st of December 2024. This gives us a glimpse into their investment in transportation assets. Technology equipment is another important asset class. We see values for the 30th of June 2025 and the 31st of December 2024. This reflects their investment in infrastructure. Office equipment is also on the books, with values for the 30th of June 2025 and the 31st of December 2024. Then we have property, which likely refers to physical assets like buildings or land with comparable figures. Property improvement shows investments made to enhance existing properties, and we see data for the 30th of June 2025 and the 31st of December 2024. Now, a word about subsequent events. These are things that happen after the reporting period officially ends, but before the financial statements are released. For example, something might have occurred on the 18th of July 2025 or the 1st of July 2025. That is important to note. These events can significantly impact the company's outlook. We also see mention of a revolving credit facility, which is a type of loan that allows a company to borrow and repay funds repeatedly up to a certain limit. There is a subsequent event noted for the 1st of August 2025 related to this. Looking back at legal matters, there is a specific lawsuit mentioned with the Beijing Haidian District People's Court, which has a date of the 16th of April 2024. This is in addition to the other cases we've discussed. Another legal issue is a contract dispute with an arbitration committee, dated the 30th of January 2024. An outstanding service fee case with the Longhua District People's Court has a date of May 15, 2024. There are also several breach of contract claims with various dates, like the 31st of December 2022 and the 31st of January 2024, and even some dating back to 2019 and 2020. This shows a pattern of contract disputes. We see a line of credit with the Bank of Communications with figures for both the first half of 2025 and 2024. This shows their ongoing relationship and access to funding. Intangible assets are also reported. Copyrights are listed with values for the 30th of June 2025 and the 31st of December 2024. Computer software intangible assets are also noted, again with comparable figures from 2025 and 2024. These are important for a media and technology company. There are mentions of related parties such as Miss Weng Suzhong. We see figures associated with her for the 30th of June 2025 and the 31st of December 2024. This often relates to transactions or holdings by individuals connected to the company. Similarly, Anrutai Investment Limited is listed as a related party with associated figures for the same periods. Other entities like Ejam Group Company Ltd are also mentioned as related parties. There are also specific financial activities noted within China for the period the 1st of January to the 30th of June 2025, showing regional operational focus. And then there are specific subsidiary operations like Baosheng Information Technology Company Ltd with financial activity during May 2025. Net operating losses carry forwards are a tax-related item showing potential future tax benefits from past losses. We see figures for both the 30th of June 2025 and the 31st of December 2024. A subsequent event related to the Bank of China on the 11th of September 2025 is also noted. Loan agreements are detailed, including one with the Bank of Communications dated the 31st of August 2024 and another from the 31st of July 2023. Convertible notes payable are also listed with a key date of the 17th of November 2023. These are debt instruments that can be converted into stock. A lot of focus in these reports is on revenue, specifically revenue from contract with customer. We see details related to customer concentration risk, highlighting key publishers like Publisher 2 and Publisher 1 for the 6 months ended the 30th of June 2025. This means a significant portion of their revenue comes from a small number of clients, which is a risk. Cost of goods total, again with supplier concentration risk for Publisher 1 and Publisher 2 for the 6 months ended the 30th of June 2025. This shows they rely on a few key suppliers for their goods. Accounts payable, which is money owed to suppliers, also shows supplier concentration risk with Publisher 2 for the full year of 2024, and credit concentration risk related to advertisers like Advertiser 2, Advertiser 1, and Advertiser 4 for the period the 1st of January to the 30th of June 2025. This implies a risk if these major advertisers stop doing business with them. These same advertisers are also listed for the full year 2024. Common stock, a fundamental part of the company's equity, is reported on multiple dates, including the 30th of June 2025, the 31st of December 2024, the 30th of June 2024, and the 31st of December 2023. Then there is private placement activity, indicating shares sold directly to investors, with data for the 31st of December 2024 and the 30th of June 2025. A securities purchase agreement is mentioned with a date of the 17th of March 2021, and another lawsuit, this time with the United States District Court of the Southern District of New York, also dated the 17th of March 2021. This ties back to the US legal proceedings. The winding up petition with the Grand Court of the Cayman Islands, dated the 17th of March 2021, directly relates to the Cayman legal case. There is also an asset merger margin custodian agreement involving several entities, with dates in November 2023, and repeated mentions of breach of contract claims with the Beijing Haidian District People's Court, with dates in May 2025 and May 2022. The report also breaks down transactions with non-related parties, showing financial interactions with entities outside of their direct connections, across different periods in 2025 and 2024. Scrolls at minimum member center, we see terms like minimum and maximum used, which often appear in discussions about financial instruments or risk assessments for periods in 2025. Nanjing Yunbei E-Commerce Company Limited is listed with various dates, including the 30th of November 2023 and the 30th of June 2025, indicating its ongoing involvement and reporting. Financial reporting specific to Hong Kong is also present, with distinctions between assessable profits below and above 2 million Hong Kong dollars for the first half of 2025. So, what is the big picture here? Baosheng Media Group is in a tough spot. On one hand, they are a growing company with various services aimed at advertisers and publishers. Their revenue streams from SEM and non-SEM services and net fees from advertisers show this. However, the sheer volume and seriousness of the legal battles are a massive red flag. They are facing multiple lawsuits in different countries, which is incredibly costly and time-consuming. The company's dependence on a few key publishers and advertisers, highlighted by the concentration risk disclosures, also makes them vulnerable. If just one or two of these big clients leave, it could seriously impact their revenue, while they're reporting positive figures in areas like retained earnings and various asset classes. These numbers need to be viewed with caution given the ongoing legal onslaught. The company itself acknowledges that legal expenses are increasing operational costs and affecting cash flow, which is a serious concern for their short-term and long-term health. In my opinion, Baosheng is in a high-stakes situation. The legal risks are substantial and could overshadow any positive business developments. They need to navigate these court cases very carefully, and a negative outcome in any of them could be devastating. It's a classic case of a company trying to grow while simultaneously fighting for its very survival. Alright, that is our deep dive into Baosheng Media Group's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and these lawsuits? Do you think they can weather the storm? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, smashing that like button really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe for more corporate deconstructions. And hey, join our Discord community linked in the description for more exclusive content and discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.